Good morning, everyone. It is the Halloween, All Saints, All Souls midweek weekend. This is the one time of the year where that cemetery gets noisy. Now, luckily for us, they've set up all the tents on the highway, and they're pounding away at their music over there. But let's give you a walk around the property here and maybe give you a little bit of a sense of the house and where we're living. So yeah, guys, we haven't dealt with the trees yet, but we've had neighbors along the beach here and maybe even fishermen that have been coming by and cutting up the wood and taking it home to burn. We had a lot of boats going out this morning. Holy mackerel, you can hear one there. And the tide is sort of in. It's in enough that the guys can float their boats because it does get really shallow out there. And so we heard a lot of boats this morning. So our garden over there is held together. We've had no real overgrowth on all those cactus. Our big rocks have got to be put in place. Remember, we blocked off the stairwell for the winter. We didn't want to set a precedence. So here's where the house is going to sit. Remember, where the concrete wall starts there is you can use the land forward of that, but you cannot build on it. So we will be putting in a removable but stronger fence than this one. You can see the other owner that took all the mangroves out, he's losing his land like crazy here. The goats are over there, and he's put in a steel post and similar fence to us, but much higher. So down in here, if you look over there, there's some big rock. That is part of that 2 meter by width of the house, roughly 9 meter width. So 27 feet by 6 feet-ish. So this will be the deck area between this postie and that postie. And what we may have to do is off of this post, we may weld on, or even off the roof itself, weld on for a point-to-point Wi-Fi if necessary. So far, we know that one of the shots is right off the end of the barangay basketball court, straight kind of through that away. There's a shot going across the water to a cell tower there that offers point-to-point. Okay, so now we're inside the house. This is the living room over to that trough there. So this is the living room. Again, not a big living room, minimalist house. However, this post and then continuing in to about, roughly about where this cocoa lumber is going here, the living room goes all the way forward of that. Okay, so behind this post roughly is the TV room, just enough room for a chair, a little gap, and then the TV on the wall. And the CR is also coming from this small post. Looks like that thing's leaning, doesn't it? Anyway, they'll brace it up. They just poured yesterday. And then this main post here. Our main water supply and electrical is going to come around that post. There'll be a distribution location again there. Just in case, guys, you see it a lot here, and I don't know what it is. Maybe the PPR has resolved the problem, but the black hose, we're already having a problem with black hose coming from the water source to the property. On our property, unfortunately, not on the other end. So we have a CR here. It's going to be a full-size 4 by 6 foot shower, toilet, and sink. And over on the other side, you can't see it, but the master bedroom is on the front, on the other side of the living room. and it has its own ensuite. The area where you can see the small post here, and that pillar, and that pillar, and that pillar and pallet, that's all just a covered deck. And as you can see, that's south for us by the shadows, right? The sun's going to go this way, across. And so that will be a covered deck, but we will put a maybe bamboo or something to cause shadowing, but enough so that we get wind movement in there. Okay, so I've been playing with a few things on the wind movement. Now, coming back up front here, this is one area that Lynn and I may make a change, because the engineer that we paid to do the drawing did come out and said that we needed to be, because I wanted to put the house right on the corner, right there. He wanted a little bit further back, so I said, okay, well, we'll do that. But between that post and that post and that post, we may extend the living room forward. And so this front deck here might not be as big. What we may do is off this pillar, these two, put a door going this way, and then we will have a 2 meter by 5 meter roughly width. Still a good sized deck, right? And be the view deck, the morning deck. This would be the deck that I would sit on in the morning, somewhere along here, because as you can see, the sun is that a direction. Sun rises for us that way. So about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, the sun is at that angle, straight over that palm tree there, and we get the sun setting right there, right in the middle. So it should make for nice views. Now, getting back to why I'm thinking we might extend the living room and make it a little bit bigger, is that then I would add extra length to the roof, coming down close to this pillar of the neighbor's property, to add, depth shadowing into the room. So that's one thought that we have had, that maybe we're going to do that. The reason I'm bringing that up is that we can't find a sliding glass door here without having to have it shipped from Cebu City. And there's always a way around if you can't get stuff local. There's no glass shop here that we have found that will make it for us. So there is where the problem lay. Okay, whoops, we're going to try and trip here. Okay, so we're slowly getting cleaned up. This tote is going to be emptied. Thou shalt not add water to it. We are going to move it because of the typhoon. We are going to move it to the side of the house here and take this drain and put it into the tote. If we've learned anything out of this piece of property, we have to harvest the rain into the barrels, and if we have to weep it out after the storms, that's what we're going to do. That typhoon gave us, again, Seattle, Vancouver type rains. We weren't the center of it, guys. Cavite, which is on the main island of Luzon, it got hit really hard. Okay, and again, mostly flooding, mostly a lack of a storm drain system to get everything away quickly. Where this tarp is, this is going to be the covered deck, and I'm looking at having, regardless of whether we get secured this property this year or next year, I think along the garage here where this fence is right now, I think for privacy purposes, because it won't be our goal to put a big honking fence over towards the basketball court, right? That's an expense. We've got other places to put our money. Manage your budgets, right? But maybe we'll put a decorative type thing here. Now, whether we go up with concrete and then decorate it after, that's yet to be seen. Okay, So there's our distribution area. One of these pipes, that one there that's short, is going to be part of a hose bib here. Okay guys, this is the All Souls, All Saints Day. Halloween is over. There you go. This is our build. Talk to you later.